Hello from the Air Mobility Command Museum. Today we are going to do a virtual tour of the museum's A-26 Invader made by Douglas. The reason why the Air Mobility Command Museum has an A-26 Invader is because the museum's site itself is the former location of the Rocket Test Squadron from World War II, the top secret 4146. From 1944 to 1946, several types of fighters, medium bombers, light attack bombers, and heavy bombers were assigned here and mounted with various rockets designed for various purposes. The A-26 had at one point 28 rockets attached to it on both hard points under the wings and in the bomb bay, and a rotary rack installed into the nose. Now the museum's A-26 is actually labeled as an A-26C. That is because when this aircraft was originally built in the factory, she had a plexiglass nose for a bombardier to sit in. B models are the ones with the hard nose, like you see here, that they would typically install gun packs into. The A-26 was actually designed to have its nose interchangeable for various missions, so different aircraft could swap being the lead for the bombardier who would aim for the formation, and then on another mission would switch back to attack or to follow a different lead aircraft. The aircraft itself, as you can see, has a Pratt & Whitney R2800 engine. That is the same engine found on many other famous World War II types, including the C-46 Commando, the F-4U Corsair, the P-47. It's a high-speed engine cranking out well around 2,000 horsepower, and even better in later models, allowing this bomber aircraft to achieve speeds greater than 300 miles an hour. In some cases, with later modifications in the 1960s, the A-26 Invader light bomber could exceed 370 miles an hour. The museum's aircraft specifically is tail number 4435523. And this aircraft had a long and storied history, completing many different jobs and being reconfigured into many different roles. From this angle too, you can see the blue windows from where the tail gunner used to be. There would have been a turret on top to the right of the large blue window, and a second turret below the Army Air Force insignia. One gunner sat in there and controlled both turrets. That was its original configuration when she was made as a light bomber and trained air crews in 1945 to 1947. Later, she was painted all black before she was later put into storage. She was brought back out of storage in 1952, and with her black paint scheme, her turrets were removed, and she was reconfigured into a nighttime reconnaissance aircraft. She was assigned to Shaw Air Force Base and trained crews who would later be deployed to the 63rd Tactical Reconnaissance Wing, stationed in Japan during the Korean War. Her bomb bay was cut up, cameras were installed, and her former plexiglass nose hosted a photographer in the front using cameras up there, and the former tail gunner's position hosted a second photographer with one pilot inside. In 1957, she was taken out of service before she was later picked up as surplus and used as a firefighter, being reconfigured and fighting forest fires from 1962 to 1984. The museum acquired this aircraft and put her on display to the public in 2009.